Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Delaran poetry
Hello.
meeting. Finally, my mouse
Stay
is
focused.
obeying. Um, Today we seem to have a really small audience. My cheese extraction happened today, so you might not understand completely, but I am trying my best about it. And I do admit it's decent. It's not the worst I expected. Way worse. My teeth extraction, talking. So yeah, we will see what will come. Let's start this. Welcome to the 120th meeting ever in Stormwind and now also Dalaran Poetry Appreciation Society.
Woohoo!
Which I would say to happy birthday to Bertel for that. After all, 120 means 10 years of this continuously, which I'm proud of you, my friend. Once my teeth are in, then we are doing some special. As always, I will start with the meeting by reciting a poem, and then eventual other contributors may follow with their poem or eventual song. And as tradition is, the meeting will conclude with a small firework display. So, it seems Paulina is coming as well, which is nice. But we will see, we will see. First poem is titled Cold Blows the Wind, the Unquiet Grave. Okay, the Unquiet Grave. And was sent to me by someone who signs themselves Actelon. That's what it says. So, cold blows the wind, the unquiet grave. For the most part today I actually slept and drank just water. I even reduced the amount of smoking, which is good. Cold blows the wind over my true love. Cold blows the drops of rain. I never had but one true love. Oh. And in Northrend he was slain. I will do as much for my true love as any young girl may. I will sit and weep down by his grave for 12 months and 1 day. But when 12 months were come and gone, this young man he arose. What makes you weep down by my grave? I can't take my repose. One kiss, one kiss of your lily white lips, one kiss is all I crave. One kiss of your lily white lips, and I turn back to your grave. My lips, they are as cold as my clay. My breath is heavy and strong. If thou was to kiss my lily white lips, thy day would not be long. Oh, don't you remember the garden grove where we used to walk? Pluck the finest flower of them all, 'twill wither to a stalk. Go fetch me a nun from the dungeon deep, and water from a stone, and white milk from a maiden's breast. That babe e'er never known. Go dig me a grave both long and wide and deep, as quickly as you may. I will lie down in it and take one sleep for 12 months and 1 day. Cold blows the wind over my true love. Cold blows the drop of rain. I never had but one true love. And in Northrend he was slain. I will do as much for my true love as any young girl may. I will sit and weep down by his grave for 12 months and 1 day. Wonderful, Bertel, wonderful. So since we are not that many tonight, we will see if we can get by with just soaking it. If you got a poem and or song to contribute with, who will be next? Really no one? Oh, Paulina.
Patience, patience.
Paulina Dryden. Last time she presented as well. However, my screwed up. So let's see what she gets this time because I re-recorded her yesterday. Hope is the thing with feathers. That perches in the soul. And sings a tune without the words. And never stops at all. And sweetest is the glee is heard. And sore must be the storm. Damn it. that could abase the little bird. That kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest lands. When all the strangers see. Yet never in extremity. Holy shit, there's some spikes. It asked a crumb of me. Wonderful, wonderful. Next up, Zakaria. The Perverted poem. Poet, not poem. A cup of hot coffee, filled with intimate passion. Drink it with intense compassion. It's like a flaming potion, pleading with blazing devotion. A cup of hot coffee is like a fervent embrace, a foundation and a strong base, soothing as a loving kiss. Says, just so much better than from your missus. A cup of hot coffee at the start, at the end, always a friend. Whenever life is hard, trust your blend. It will forever heighten your day. So take a sip, shrug a bit, and reply with an okay. You were fast, my friend, but still thank you. Next up, Digger's Fuse. She is aware of my chief extraction, so she might be a little bit slower. Which I'm more than happy to accept. A wet sensation on the cheek, quite startling to the clouded mind. Opening the eyes to peer at the messy table with a window behind. Bright rays of sunshine greet the newly awoken morning grump. Still rolled up in the cozy sheets like a lazy and sour lump. Grumpity grumpity doo. The only grump is really just you. Peering to her right is a cheerful, quite happy young pup, yapping a greetings to the dazed morning grump. A smile spreading over the grumpy grump's face, brightening her own day as well as the whole place. A good morning hug for the dutiful pup, enhancing her morning for quite some time, turning her mood cheerful from the frown of a grumpy lime. She picks up the happy and sweet pup, cuddling the dutiful friend and ruffling her fur, whistling a cheerful tune, pouring the pop chow into the bowl, to her, dedicated to her. After taking care of her dear and precious friend, she pours herself some milk upon the crunchy flakes in a bowl, adorning them with a veil as white as silk. Crunchity crunchity doo. Munching the flakes is the happy hue. It was a good one, but a little bit too fast, if I'm honest. A little bit too fast. Next up, a Limb Blue Moon, and I think that's gonna be again a lore lesson. So let's just hope this is not the case. Last time she gave a lore lesson about Pandaria and Zord and the Moshugan, or whatever they are. Mogushan warriors. Holy shit, what's the fucking FPS drop? A lore lesson. And not to mention the FPS are dropping as fuck. What the fuck?
It's an absolute categorical never.
Yeah, I suspected it's more of a, I guess, lore lesson. I'm not gonna read this. I can't handle that much. I'm gonna leave the text up. I mean, seriously, that's the only thing that I can do. I'm gonna turn off for a moment Battle and myself, so you can see just the text from her. So if you want to read her, I guess, lore or story, and you can just read it. I will try to get as much as possible into the one screen. I will leave her up for a little bit longer after she is finished, so you don't have to rush it. But I do recommend pausing the video and reading it, because even I can't go that fast for you to read it. We appreciate this, but it's not really a poem, so, you know, I'm not gonna even attempt on it. Another one coming from Paulina, so let's see what she brought again this time. Oh. This one is a bit more close to me. You asked me why all of a sudden I went to bed early. Every single night. But I could not tell you that sleep was my escape. That it was because it was only in my dreams you would kiss me. That's it? Okay, good. Next up is Lintian Wintermist. She warned me that it's gonna be a long one, so I'm kind of prepared for it. Just hope there is no tongue twist. I can survive plenty, but not difficult to pronounce. Damn it. Apologies for that. This one is not mine. I found it in the library of Dalaran. It is written from the perspective of a Thalassian mage apprentice. Once upon a midday, raining, while I pondered, mind still training, over cryptic and perplexing labyrinths of enchanted lore. From enigmas now unlocking, I heard a resonant mouse knocking, as of someone gently knocking on my tower door. This the peasantry, I muttered, knocking at my tower door. Only this and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I recall that I occurred in early fall, and each crumpled leaf here crinkled on the forest floor. Eagerly I dreamed of power, wasted each and every hour, hauled away from field and flower. As likely was I heretofore, seeking secrets in spellbook as I attended herefore. What the fuck are those words? Always seeking more. Open here I flung the portal, with little fear of being mortal, when in flew a solemn raven, like a shade from aft to fore. Not a hesitation made he, not a moment more delayed he, but completely unafraid he perched above my chamber door, upon the abjuration rune inscribed above my chamber door. Perched and sat, and nothing more. Resumed then my arcane schooling, as the lesson grew more grueling, and thus, taking all my focus to grasp the concepts anymore, when from over past my shoulder could see the bird, no bolder, sitting on a candle holder, asking me, what's that stuff for? I mean, looks neat and all, I guess, but what's it for? Quoth the raven, seems a bore, so I endeavour to pay no heed to his fool featheret. Still my study played the parallel, too much inane, through gallows, where the bathroom in this place. Is that ink upon your face? Do your studies keep apace? What is inside that third drawer? If it's not too onerous? I would like to know what's in that drawer. Quoth the raven, is it golden ore? Yet when the rain concluded, still the raven stayed, intruded upon my studies every day and night, from that fabled day of yore. My feather saw me distracted, and with knowledge swift reacted. My first level had attracted a familiar through our door. A magical familiar had been drawn through our front door. Quoth the raven. Are you sure? Years passed, and while I bettered my spellcraft, I was I still was feathered to the most obnoxious talking avian to land on Elven shore. The art of listening selection I had since achieved perfection. By affecting this affection with the bird I did deplore, by simply tuning out the voice of the bird I did deplore. Quoth the raven, caw, caw, caw. Yet it latter days of desolation. Now I see the sole constatation? What the fuck? Of our estrangement from each other was my infinite rancor. Toward the servant, too neglected and so wholly disrespected, nonetheless has since elected to stay and fix our failed report. Stayed beside my side and tried to fix our failed report. Quoth Raven, what are friends for? And the Raven, ever flapping, still is yapping. As he sits upon my shoulder, his quack sounds like a roar. And though my pointed ears are weary of his prattling, so cheery, at least I know, in theory, that our bond we can restore. That myself and my familiar, should our bond we now restore, shall alone be nevermore. Holy fucking shit, you're going fast and hard. Next up, once again Berto, and one of his older ones. So I'm curious what he brought this time. Yeah, I think it will be that one. Really, written as a children's lullaby, but quite sweet, I think. It's titled Lullaby for Little Gnomes. I wrote it a while ago and have recited it at a meeting before, so you might already have heard it. Not sure though, but well, here it is again then. Lullaby for Little Gnomes. Bedtime now for little gnomes. Shutting lights in little homes. Duck so snugly under she. Welcome dreams of cunning deeds. Sow the seeds of morning sun. Night has come and day is done. With closed eyes they will know, receive the relieving comfort of sweet sleep. When they wake up vitalized, waving darkness a goodbye. Rising with tumbling sigh, they shall earn the answer why. Everyone must rest assured that their dreams are sweet and pure. So by daylight they may learn what they own and how to earn. Secrets of the nighttime riddle. Mystery of lute and fiddle. Curtains now all cast aside. Shining sun will stand them by. Do the task that day requires. Tired now again, retire. Cuddle sleepy down in bed. Once again, a day ahead. Well, I can tell you didn't do this one yet so far, so there's a lie that you did it. It must be completely new, because I never heard this one. Next up again, a steady change into the knitting kitten. I'm kind of scared of what the fuck is going on now. But I love the transmog. To explain the costume and the context, this part was played during an adventure we held for the orphans in Stormwind. Oh, okay. Shit. Hopefully this could be the last, because my mouth is not really doing its work. My character is the knitting kitten, and a troll stole her knitting mitten. The following is a piece of sad adventure. How can I call myself the knitting kitten without my most beloved item, the fitting mitten? My name is without purpose, my work incomplete. I spend my days around sitting, time lost without knitting. Oh, it would be so fitting to be knitting with my mitten. That's the purpose of the knitting kitten with her fitting mittens. A young lady approaches, looking quite stricken with my wares, longing for a scarf well knitten, infused with magic to do her bidding. Oh, if only I could help her with my knitting. Don't fret, little lady, I can knit your scarf quite magically. You would need to retrieve quite valiantly my mittens fitted for my knitting. I lost them to a troll, the villainous sort to go thieving. To tell you the gritty of it all, you will need to retrieve them from this icky, annoying troll. Beautiful, I love it. It was fucking amazing. Thank you, Didi.
Oh, tears. Okay.
Another one from Paulina, third one today. And very likely the last one for today completely, so let's see what she got. I'm not disappointed in her. She so far has done well. I look at you. And I couldn't grasp you. I thought you were like the stars. Gentle and beautiful. At first sight. But when I looked closer, when I got to know you, I learned you were exactly like them. Because I couldn't reach you. I couldn't feel you. But only admire you. Beautiful, thank you very much, Paulina.